Welcome back to Talk Asia. My guest is Korean singer and actor Rain. Rain, what were you like as a child? Were you very musical?
어렸을 땐 굉장히 순수하고
I was very innocent and shielded as a child, so I didn't know a lot about music or dancing. When I was in primary 6, no one would participate in a talent show, so I decided to go on. When the audience applauded me, I felt euphoric, and I started dancing right after that.
그래서 그때부터 춤을 추기 시작했어요.
Were your parents very encouraging?
우리 부모님께서는 처음엔 조금 반대가 있으셨지만
My parents were initially against it, but they became supportive after a while.
서포트해 주셨어요. 그래서 굉장히 저를 많이 밀어주셨어요.
So there's been no special obstacles in choosing this career.
뭔가 나쁜 점이나 뭔가 막힌 점은 없었죠.
I read that you lost your mother at a very young age. That must have been a very, very difficult time for you. How did you deal with that?
어머님은 저에게 굉장히 큰 존재였어요. 큰 존재였는데
My mother was a big part of my life. The mother-son relationship between us was very strong.
사실 한국에서는
In Korea, you have to take a national exam to gain entry into university. Around the time I was getting ready to take the exam, her health was deteriorating very badly, and she began scolding me a lot. I was also going through puberty, and all of this just put a strain on our relationship.
있는데 그래서 거리가 굉장히 멀어졌죠.
We didn't talk much and became very distant.
수능 시험을 앞두고 한국에선 엿을 사주거든요. 근데
Before taking this exam, it's usual to receive a traditional Korean sweet, and my mother bought me this sweet and gave it to me together with a letter. In the letter, she said that she was sorry, and when I read it, I was heartbroken. After a few months, during which we still didn't speak much to each other, she passed away.
한마디도 한 두세 달 동안 거의 몇 마디 못 해보고 돌아가신 다음에
To this day, I regret that I wasn't once able to pick her a bouquet of flowers or buy her a meal. At the time, I vowed in front of her picture that when I received a major award, it would be in her honor. I'm very happy that I've achieved this.
네, 너무나 즐겁습니다.
I'm sure she'll be very, very proud of you. Have you dedicated any songs in her memory?
네,
In this concert, there is a song dedicated to her. I used to cry a lot when singing this song, but I am now more in control of my emotions. I think it is because of her memory that I try harder, have become more humble, and because of her, I try to be a good person and not to do bad things.
자만하지 않고.
Rain, your music career started with you being a backup dancer, and then you went solo. Was there a turning point when you really did decide to go solo?
그러니까 말하자면
Working as a dancer has its limits because you are dancing with set moves. But as a singer, you have more variety and can reinvent yourself continuously. That's why I made the decision to be a singer. And meeting J.Y. Park, my manager, was really the turning point.
But it was a big risk, right? You could have failed.
잘 될 거라고 믿었어요. 근데
I had faith. I believed that everything would turn out well in the end. But it was a struggle at first. At one point, I didn't eat for 4 days because I had no money. There was also a time when I was ill, but I couldn't go to the hospital. It was hard, but these events only made me more determined, and they gave me the strength to overcome obstacles.
더 하려고 했고 더 힘든 시기를
I didn't know then if it would take me 3, 4, or 10 years to succeed, but I really believed it would happen someday.
어쨌든 잘 될 거라고 믿었어요. 그랬기 때문에
There were a lot of people who helped me along the way as well. I think I was very lucky.
네, 운이 좋은 것 같아요.
Rain, you've choreographed some dances, but what about songwriting? Do you plan to do some of that?
물론 앞으로도 계속 그렇게 할 것이고요. 그리고
I plan to continue what I am doing. I am an actor and a singer, and although I am interested in songwriting, I think that can come later.
그런 건 나중에 해도 될 것 같아요.
For the moment, I just want to focus on being the best singer and the best actor that I can be.
좋은 모습 보이는 게 최선인 것 같아요.
Now there's so many young and up-and-coming talent here in Asia. How do you plan to stay ahead of them?
저는 제가 정말 일을 열심히 할 때에는
When I am working, I don't sleep more than 2 hours a night. My motto in life is to be humble and to endlessly persist and strive. I really believe that there is nothing that can be gained without effort.
마지막엔 대체될 수 없는 사람이 돼야 한다는 걸 가장 중요시 생각하고 있어요.
I know there are many people out there who are better dancers, people who may have a great body and who can act well. However, I feel that by practicing that extra hour every day when everybody else is already sleeping, I can better improve and excel.
사람들보다 월등히 앞설 수가 있다고 생각을 해요.
How do you wind down after a show? I mean, how do you relax?
끝나면 스트레스를 푸는 게 딱 두 가지예요.
There are two ways I relieve my stress. After a performance, I usually read a drama script or go out for a meal with my staff.
우리 스태프들과 같이 밥을 먹는 거. 딱 그 두 가지요. 스트레스를 푸는 게.
That's not fun.
근데
For me, it's enjoyable.
그것들이.
J-pop, K-pop has just taken off here in Asia. You know, but so many people don't even understand what they're listening to. Why do you think this is?
아까도 말씀드렸듯이 진실된 건 통한다고 생각을 해요. 언제든지.
Well, as I said earlier, I think that anything that is sincere will get through to people. Showing everything without hiding anything. That's what I believe.
아무래도 언어가 통하지 않는데도 불구하고 이렇게 많은 사랑을 주시는 거 보면
When I see that people like my music, even though they can't understand the language, I'm convinced that it's the sincerity that touches them and that they can relate to. It would be great if I could just study English and sing English songs, but there are so many other languages I need to learn. I need to study Japanese, Cantonese, Mandarin, Tagalog. I am a little worried about how I'm going to learn it all. But I will study hard and I'll show my fans an improved me in the future.
네, 근데 앞으로 더 많은 공부를 해서 좀 많은 좋은 모습을 보여드려야 될 것 같아요.
I was just going to ask you, you're actually studying English.
네.
Is it difficult?
하루에 몇 단?
I'm studying a few words a day without fail, but pronunciation is still very difficult. English is something I need to do consistently, and I will work towards the day when we can hold this interview in English.
그때 또 한번 찾아주세요.
Rain, we're going to take another very, very short break. When we come back, we'll ask Rain which he prefers, singing or acting. Stay with us. Welcome back to Talk Asia. With me is Korean pop